Hi everyone, welcome to the Standard 8 session. In this video, we are going to learn the lesson number 3, Humidity and Clouds of Standard 8 Geography. Okay. First of all, look these three pictures. It shows the different weather conditions. First picture shows us the weather condition in Rajasthan. There is a sunny weather. The air is hot and dry. There is hardly any moisture in the air. In Rajasthan region, people wear loose cotton clothes. Okay. Second picture shows us the weather condition of Mumbai. There is a cloudy weather and the air is hot and humid. The proportion of moisture is very high in the air. Okay. Then third picture shows us the weather condition of Kashmir. There is a snowy or cold weather. Okay. The air is cold and dry and the proportion of the moisture is very low in the air. In Kashmir, people wear warm clothes. Okay. The words hot, moist, cool, etc. show the condition of the air. These words related to the content of the moisture in the air. Okay. Moisture in the air is invisible. We did not see it. But it is a major component of air. For precipitation, presence of moisture in the air is very important. Okay. You got it? Let's go to the next point, evaporation. Because of the sun's heat, the water on the earth gets converted into water vapor. So the process of converting water into the steam or water vapor is called evaporation. Okay. The process of evaporation is dependent on the dryness of air, then temperature and speed of the wind. If the air is dry and hot, the rate of evaporation increases. On the other hand, evaporation occurs very slow in the moist air. Okay. Then the next point is humidity. What is the humidity? The proportion of water vapor in the air is called humidity. Okay. The proportion of water vapor determines the dryness or dampness of the air. Air can hold moisture in the specific quantity at specific temperature only. Okay. The capacity of the air to hold water is called moisture holding capacity. You know, air has a maximum capacity to which it can hold water, but when it cannot hold any more water vapor, it is said to be saturated. Okay. Here are given one activity. Water pouring on a sponge till it becomes wet with water. Water was absorbed by the dry sponge. It is its water holding capacity. If you keep pouring water even after that, drop of the water started trickling out. Okay. This makes it saturated. Okay. Similarly, when the proportion of moisture in the air exceeds its vapor holding capacity, precipitation in the form of rain or snow occurs on the earth. You got it? If there is a high temperature, then their moisture holding capacity of the air is also high. Understood? Okay. We have learned in 7th standard that as we go higher in the sky, the air becomes cooler. You know it? Okay. So as per this rule, as we go higher, the vapor holding capacity of air will decrease. Okay. I hope you understood it. Generally, humidity of the air is measured in grams per cubic meter. When humidity in the air is 0 gram per cubic meter, the air is called to be dry. Okay, and when humidity in the air is 37 gram cubic meter, then the air is said to be saturated. Okay, now let's see absolute humidity and relative humidity. The amount of water vapor in 1 cubic meter of air is called the absolute humidity. I repeat it again. The amount of water vapor in 1 cubic meter of air is called the absolute humidity. Absolute humidity is higher in the coastal areas and the equatorial regions. On the other hand, it is lower in the inland areas and the polar regions. Okay. And what is relative humidity? The amount of water vapor present in air expressed as a percentage of the amount needed for saturation at the same temperature is called relative humidity. Relative humidity is found to be more in the coastal areas and it is found to be less in desert areas. Relative humidity is found to be comparatively high in the morning and at night, but low in the afternoon. Okay. Now you have learned the process of condensation and sublimation in science. Okay. What is the sublimation? Sublimation is a chemical process where solid turn into a gas without going through a liquid stage. Okay. Let's see condensation and sublimation. The process of changing the water vapor. The process of changing the water vapor in the air into water is called condensation. It is also called densification. Okay. And the process of changing water vapor in the air into solid state like snow, hailstone is called sublimation. Okay. You got it? The difference between condensation and sublimation? Okay. Dew, forest and fog are the forms of condensation at ground level. Okay. Clouds are a form of condensation at higher altitude. Okay. I hope you understood it. In next video we will learn remaining part of the lesson. Okay. Till then, bye.